Welcome to episode 2. I'm Mitchell.
And I'm Charlie, and this is Kids Place Crafts.
Welcome back to another episode of Kids Place Crafts. We're so excited you tuned in.
Just as a reminder, sometimes on our show we use some dangerous items, such as paper.
Wait, paper's not one of the dangerous items, Charlie.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Colored pencils.
Have you ever hurt yourself on a colored pencil?
Hey, don't you remember that one time?
Oh, right.
Yeah, it went real bad.
But on a more serious note, we do sometimes use dangerous crafting items like hot glue, scissors, swords, bombs, explosives.
No, Mitchell, that's way too far.
Oh, we're not gonna use any of that stuff?
Not today.
Dang it. But actually, if you are 13 years old or younger, we do suggest that you grab someone older to do some of these crafts with you.
We have so many exciting things for you today. First on the docket, we have Sketching Corners with Mitch.
That was really good.
Sketching Corners with Mitch.
Welcome back to Sketching Corners with Mitch. I'm so glad you're here. Last week, we learned how to make drawings using ink. If you haven't seen that video yet, make sure to pause this video and go check that out and then come right back here so that we can learn how to use color. Today we're going to be talking just a little bit about color and color theory. Color theory is just a fancy way of saying this is how you use color. The 3 colors I'm putting down now are yellow, blue, and red, and these are called primary colors. Primary colors are special because you can mix them together to get the other colors of the color wheel. Red and yellow make orange, and orange goes right between red and yellow on the color wheel. Next we have blue and yellow, which make green. That's right. Green goes between yellow and blue on the color wheel. And lastly, we have red and blue, which make together purple. Purple, stay good. Stay right there. Don't move. Purple goes right between red and blue to complete this circle, which is called the color wheel. Now again, blue, yellow, and red are our primary colors, meaning that any other colors can be made from just those 3. Green, orange, and purple, on the other hand, are called secondary colors. And these colors that I'm drawing arrows between that are across from each other on the circle are called complementary colors, which just means they look really good when you put them together in a picture. We'll talk more about this in an upcoming episode. You guys remember Captain Paper, right? Well, now it's time to apply what we learned about color to him. What I'm doing here is I'm starting with the lightest color that I'm using for his skin and putting that all down on the areas that will be that color. Next, we're going to start adding shading by grabbing a slightly darker version of the same color and using that to add shadows on Captain Paper's face. I'm going for a pretty dramatic look here because he is a superhero, so I'm going to keep adding darker and darker colors to make the shading more dramatic. Next, I grabbed a gray marker to add even more dramatic shadows to the other side of Captain Paper's face. I'm going to continue layering darker and darker shadows to make the drawing look a little bit more dramatic, like I said. Now I'm pretty happy with how the skin part of this drawing is turning out, so it's time to move on to some of the other areas and apply the same thing. First, I'm going to grab a light and dark red to use for Captain Paper's lips. Then I'm going to do a light brown and darker browns to do Captain Paper's hair. We lay down the light colors first because these are called our highlights, and when we add shadows to these highlights, it shows that light is hitting the highlights from one side. Now you'll see the light source in my drawing is coming from the right side of the page, so I always want to be aware of that as I'm adding shadows, only adding them really to the left sides of the drawing and keeping the right side just highlights. Next, it was time to choose out the superhero colors for Captain Paper. I was keeping in mind complementary colors, remembering that blue and orange are opposites, so I laid down my lightest colors first, then I added some darker shadows, and the blue and the orange actually created a really cool contrast and made a superhero suit look super awesome. I remembered to make sure that my shadows stayed in the areas that were away from the light source, which was on the right side again. I added some details to the paper, and boom, there you have it. Captain Paper, totally colored in, looking more alive than ever. Well, that was a lot of information, but I can't wait to see what you guys come up with at home when you apply some of these things that you learned today on Sketching Corners with Mitch. Well, thanks so much for joining me on Sketching Corners with Mitch. I hope you learned something about adding a splash of color to those sketches that we worked on last week. Our next awesome segment is Charlie's 3D Builders.
What was I supposed to do?
That was just
Just a nudge, and then it cuts.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Welcome back. I'm so glad you've decided to come back to Charlie's 3D Builders. I've seen so many awesome things that you all have built this past week. We've seen some awesome pictures and some incredible forts. So I wanted to tell you all some of the ways that I've decided to build with paper logs this week. And I decided to challenge myself because as you get older and as you keep practicing, paper logs become a lot easier. But what's important is to keep challenging yourself. The first thing I built was this. It is this sort of triangular piece. I wanted to build something that no matter what angle you put it on, it would be sturdy. I thought it was cool, but I didn't think it was the best looking thing, and so I wanted to try something else. I built this little log cabin. So as you can see, it has this little door right here that opens and closes. Like the other piece I made, this project is very sturdy. I can push on it at all angles and it stays really tough. So for me, I was much more happy with this one because it was something that was both sturdy and looks a little bit better. For today, we are gonna make paper claws. These are something that you may have seen before, but what I'm gonna show you how today is some tricks that I have used over the years to help make these a lot faster, to make them a lot stronger, and finally, to make them best for building other things with them. So if you wanted to use these as just a paper claw, you simply open up this side right here and then stick your finger through. Paper claw, right? Let's talk about how to make these really awesome building blocks that are not only very sturdy, but can be used for all kinds of things. All that these claws need are one sheet of paper. You can use tape, but really that would be best for when you attach other things to your claws. So let's get started. First, take one end, fold it all the way down, forming this little triangle. Then we're gonna take this edge right here, fold it all the way down and touch the bottom of the sheet of paper, like so. Then we're gonna take this end right here and we want it to line up right along this one. We don't want it touching, we want a little bit of space, but we want it to line up right along this side. So let's see how that looks. All right, great. I'm gonna take this end, I'm gonna fold it over, across like this, and it is good to just flatten it out. And then we are gonna fold 3 times. Try number 1. Here's fold number 2. This is basically touching the top. You want it as close to that top line as possible. Let's do this last fold. Oh, nice. You want it folding all the way up against this line. You want this triangle shape right here to look almost exactly the same no matter where you're looking at it, with nothing really sticking out over the end. And then the final step, you're gonna take this flaky side right here and you're gonna tuck it in to there. There's this opening right there, and we're gonna tuck this piece inside it. So as we can see, we have made ourselves a paper claw, and you can stick your finger into that open side right there and make a paper claw for your fingers. Now parents, you might see this pointy end and think danger. That is totally okay. So in order to help this end be a little bit less pointy, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna cut off the sharp piece to make it a little bit more dull. So I'm gonna take the scissors, just very close to the end. It only needs a little bit off. And we can see now that this end is way less pointy. I can go like this and it won't really hurt my skin. Now, if you want to, because this side now is a little bit kind of flaky, it's kind of coming off a little bit, you can put a piece of tape along here and it can hold it down. So next, I'm gonna show you how you can turn these claws right here into a paper frisbee that actually flies. Now, if you use these claws to build things, it might be helpful to cut your page in half and see what you can do with it. So I'm gonna make a paper claw real quickly with this. And look, we can see we have a smaller paper claw. If you want to, you can even cut this page again and make it even smaller. So let's see what happens then. And here we go. We got a tiny, tiny, tiny little claw. And the way that I used these small claws was I actually was able to make this little monster that we have right here, this cute little guy. Mitchell helped me draw the eyes, but as you can see, he's using the small little claws, and I kind of tape them onto his mouth. I don't know what animal this is. You guys can tell us in the comment section down below what type of animal this is. We're thinking of calling him Bucky. So let's see what we can build with these bigger claws. And for this particular craft, I'm gonna use our hot glue gun. If you are 13 years or younger, this is why we recommend you get someone older to help you, because we use sometimes some dangerous things. So I'm gonna actually open up this crease side for these claws, like I would for if I was making these for myself. I'm gonna put some hot glue inside it. And so I'm gonna fit the point of one claw into the other. All right, so I fit one claw into the other. And you know what? I'm gonna keep doing that and see what happens. All right, so fitting that one in and fitting this one in. For this disc, I used 8 claws. You can actually make these with 6. It can still go all the way around, but it might have some edges to it. So we're gonna see the ways that we can use this disc right here to do a competition today.
Welcome to the Craft Challenge. Charlie and I are out here on our handmade course, ready for some action. We'll each get 3 throws with our Frisbee to try to get as close to the bullseye as we possibly can. We have 3 holes to go through, 3 throws each. Let's get to it. Charlie's up first. Here we go.
Game time. Throw number 1.
Wow. Wow, that's a beaut. Not gonna lie, not worried. I've never thrown one of these before, but I've got some experience in Frisbee, so Charlie's gonna be afraid. Here we go. Throw number 1. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh, it's got the roll though. Man, out of sight. Here's Charlie with throw number 2. You ready? Oh yeah. Here we go. Oh, that's a 3-pointer right there.
3.
3 for Charlie. Here we go. Throw number 2. Oh my gosh. I gotta go again. All right, 3 points, but Charlie does have a 3rd throw. Oh! Woo! Hole number 2. Since Charlie's in the lead, he gets the first throw on hole 2. But I'm not worried about it, fam. We're just 2 points behind. We're right there. We're gonna win this thing.
Here we go, here we go.
Ooh, hooked a little to the right, but that's a good setup. I'm thinking bullseye from here. You ready? Oh man. Still hung to the right though. It's all right. I mean, it went the distance, but still could have been better. Throw number 2. Now I'm thinking bullseye. Look at that beautiful disc.
Let's see if he's got it.
Style points, I'm winning there. Here we go.
All right, nice.
Okay. I like the setup for shot 3. Let's go, Mitch team.
Oh no.
Oh, keep rolling, baby. That's right. Charlie's looking for the bullseye here. It's a pretty big target.
Throw. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, of course he gets it. Let me just clean this up here really quick.
Yeah, there we go. All right, all right.
Charlie here still holds a 2-point lead over me, so he still gets to throw first on our final hole. Hopefully I can make up the difference here and he just botches it, which I think he will.
Again, this is out of bounds right here to our left, so we gotta be able to veer around it. And yeah, first throw, here we go, you ready? All right, let's go.
Oh,
well,
man, a short little baby toss.
Long way to go.
Here we go. Shot number 1. Oh no, it flipped over and it's up, rolled though. All right, we got a little bit of distance on Charlie. That's what I like to see. Throw number 2 for Charlie.
All right,
Got some distance to make here.
Oh no.
Oh man. Pulling with that out of bounds line. I love to see that. Here we go. It's a nice, easy throw to the bullseye right here. Here we go. Come on, roll, roll, baby, roll. No, not that hard. Oh,
right.
Back.
All right, here goes for all the marbles. Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
I botched it. Oh no.
Just outside.
Oh my gosh, Mitchell could come back with this.
So a three-pointer would win it right here. I'm nervous.
Let's see if he's got what it takes.
Come on. Stay in there, baby.
Oh!
Let's go! Let's go!
Oh my gosh, I thought it was gonna roll out. That's crazy.
Woo!
Well played.
Team hitch, we're always in there. We just tied up that series. Charlie's got some ground to make up now. Well, I guess it's tied, so he doesn't. But we won.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows? Only.
Well, thanks so much for tuning in to episode 2. We had so much fun filming it. We already can't wait for episode 3.
If you liked any of the things that you saw in this video, we would love to draw or build you something specific to you.
If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe. In fact, we have a special challenge coming up for you. If we get to 100 subscribers within 2 weeks, I will face paint Charlie into any character that you want. Also, if you do subscribe, make sure to hit the notification bell so that you know when any of our videos comes out right away.
Be sure to show us your creations in the contact links down below. Mitchell and Charlie, out.